Hey everybody, David Burns, the EAS Certified Master Beekeeper, with you again for another beekeeping video. Fun stuff happening today on the video. We're going to be recording the video with a new camera that I'm really excited about. I thought I would never buy a new camera for YouTube. I thought I would just use my cell phone, but I got talked into buying a new camera. So I'm looking forward to using that in the video, and let me know if you see any different quality. Hope it's not worse. And today in the video, what we're going to be doing is some cool stuff with a package installation, along with installing a 5-frame nucleus colony. That's one of the most popular demands for me to make a video on how you install a 5-frame nuke. And so I decided to go ahead and just do it. Also in this video, I'm going to be doing some hard work, really hard work. A long time ago, many years ago, a good friend gave me a big slab of granite. He didn't know what to do with it. He thought I could make a table or something out of it. I've just had it collecting dust forever. So today I'm going to exercise some muscles by myself and figure out how I can haul that piece of granite all the way out into the bee yard, where I want to set up a hive, actually 2 hives, but 1 hive in particular. What we're going to do, listen up, we're going to actually install a package of bees and we're going to follow it. I'm going to get into it every few days, take videos, see how it's progressing, show you what I would do next, show you things I'm worried about, happy about. It's just going to be a fun time. We'll get to watch it. Maybe it will just all fly away. Maybe it'll die from some dreaded disease. Maybe mites will overtake it. Maybe I'll fight beetles all year. I don't know. But let me install a package and let's walk through that hive all year together. And that'd be a fun thing to do. You'll have to keep tuning in for a new episode. All right, let me roll up my sleeves, and my goodness, I'm going to try to move a big 300-400 pound slab of granite all by my lonesome. Let's go. I always like to keep about 10 packages from the packages that we sell. That way I can kind of monitor them and make sure they're of the quality that I like in a package. So I thought about just setting up a spot right here in front of this chicken coop. The chicken coop is no longer being used. Coyotes won that battle. And so it's a pretty building. I thought it'd be a nice wind block when the wind's out of the north. I could just set up 1 hive here as our little evaluation hive to see how things go, and we'll watch it throughout the year. So if I just go back and then hook my chain up to my truck, I think what I'll try to do, watching my camera here, I think I'll just try to get it where I can hook it up and then start dragging it, and if it comes undone, I'll refasten those sealed handles back there. Well, way back on the edge of my property, I have some pallets. What if I can get the granite slab up on top of a pallet and chain the pallet and pull the pallet? Maybe that'll work. I think I can save it. If I can't save it, I'm going to repurpose it. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Whoa, got it started. 5 more guys. Well, that's how you get a 1-inch thick piece of granite as a footing for a hive, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's ridiculous to put it out here, I understand that. Look at the cloud in the reflection, but I won't have to mow or worry about weeds underneath this. It will kill all the grass. It's not going to hurt the granite. I can always just when I'm done with this project, make a table out of it. Now let's put a hive on it and install a package. Alright, so I gathered up the 5-frame nucleus and I've got a package, and now we're going to set up things and install them. Okay, so what I've done here is I set up a hive that I'm going to put my package in one and install a 5-frame nuke in another one. And one is facing north. This one is, the entrance is facing north. On this one, the entrance is facing south. I did that because the hives are being installed really close to each other, and initially that can be pretty confusing for the bees. So hopefully a different, color. This is natural wood. Some of you are probably thinking, gosh, I would paint that, or it's gonna, the wood's gonna go bad or something. I'm 61 years old. By the time that wood goes bad, I won't be around. But anyway, I may paint it, but now I'm just gonna leave it like that. It turns gray and it's no big deal. So I'm gonna install, probably install I can't decide yet where I'm going to put the nuke or the package, which one. It doesn't really matter. But as you notice on me installing them, I also grabbed a pretty solid frame of honey on both sides for each of the hives, because believe it or not, even though it's May the 5th, it's going to turn cold, get down in the 40s at night, and also it's going to be rainy for off and on for about a week. And so instead of feeding the bees, instead of figuring out how I'm going to put a feeder on top or something and keep refilling it, just going to give them some frames of honey that'll keep them satisfied. So right now we're going to get to work and install a 5-frame nook and install a package. Let's see what it all looks like. All right, we're going to start with our package, in the natural wood hive over here, installing the package. That box there has solid bottom board. It came with a migratory lid, and I'm going to put a regular telescoping lid on that. Alright, so here's the package, and I really love these packages. We started using these a few years back. It really works out well for us. They're great packages. And first thing you want to do when you get a package like this is you can spray it down with some sugar water. I've been feeding them a little honey from the top, so I'm not going to worry about spraying them down. And I'm going to check the queen, make sure the queen is good. If you notice on the package, right about here, you'll see that there's a pink tab. Now that's showing you where the queen cage is. It's on the other end. It's tethered to that pink tab. So when you get ready to pull out, you know, the candy jar here of sugar, you want to hold that so that it doesn't dislodge it and make it accidentally fall down there. So I'll just shake the bees down. This doesn't hurt the bees any, like this. Put my finger on the pink tab, pull this up, grab the queen, and then we'll look at her and examine her and make sure she's alive. She's alive and doing well. So you can tell that she's walking around pretty nicely in there. Queen's in good shape. Alright? So we'll just set the queen aside, like maybe right there on a frame. Let her sit there for a minute. And now all we're going to do is dump the bees into the box. So you're just shaking the bees in there. Works out pretty nicely. And then once you get the majority of the bees out of the box, then you may want to kind of shake the box again and get all the bees down in one spot. I'm going to show you how you can open up this cage to ensure you get all the bees out. But for now, let's put the frames back in. I'm going to use a few frames in the middle for sure that have some drawn comb on them. And that's where I want my queen to be, right here, or the frame next to it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put these two frames that have nicely, freshly drawn comb right there. We'll put our queen in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more. Let's put a frame of undrawn comb. I've got, this will make 5. So we got undrawn, 5 undrawn frames. That will get them to work. Okay, let me show you a trick on getting the queen cage set to where exactly where you want it. Let me get up a little closer to you here. So the queen is in her cage here. I take this nail and I'm going to run it through without, you know, hitting the queen, and I'm going to just allow this nail to be what holds the queen cage between two frames. So I want to put her between these two frames here. First, we have to make sure that we take the pink cap off. Now that's a lot of sugar. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some of that sugar candy, the queen candy, because the bees have been in there a long time, several days now in that package. They're getting more and more used to the queen. So what I want to do now is help them get her out of this cage pretty quickly. I don't want to directly release her. Now it might work, but you know what? That seems like it's a little risky to me. So I'm not going to do a direct release. But I'm going to really loosen up this candy. Not much in there. Okay. So be sure and do that. Be sure and clear the cap off of it before you insert the queen. Now I haven't gotten all of the bees out of my box yet. And I'm going to show you a trick. If you see how these are put together, you can use your hive tool like this to open up the ends like that. It just pulls apart like this, And then you can shake the bees out maybe easier if you want to do it that way. I'm going to do it right on top of the queen. Get a little more bees up there where she is. Alright, good. The bees are spraying some Nasinoff gland pheromones to kind of orientate the rest of the bees where the hive is. Now, let's just clean up our little mess we made. And it's ready for a top cover and good to go. I started my smoker because I don't like to kill bees that are sitting on the edge up here. So maybe I can use my smoker to kind of get them off the edge where the top cover or your inner cover is going to set down on top of some bees. That's why I kind of like to wear gloves. It allows you to manipulate bees a little more with your hands. You're not going to get every single bee off of that ridge, but we'll get as many as we can. Now let's put a top cover on it. All right. Now I recommend closing off the entrance a little bit on the front. In some of my videos, I recommend putting some grass in the entrance to kind of reduce the chances of bees absconding. You can do something like that because in a few days they will just move that out of the way. Or you can use an entrance reducer to kind of reduce the entrance for a few days while the bees get used to their new home. One of my most requested videos is how do you install a 5-frame nuke? When you purchase a nuke, how do you install it? Well, I'm going to open her up and show you. So first you want to kind of smoke your 5-frame nuke after you've traveled home with it. I'm installing it. It's kind of late in the day. It's probably 4 o'clock, almost 5 maybe. I don't want to do it early in the day because I want the bees to settle down at night, kind of get used to their new home. But I at least want to have a chance for them to fly a little bit too. So all you're going to do is take the 5 frames out of here, put them in there. Right now we have 6 frames in there and we have 5, so we're going to have to remove a frame. So let's temporarily just pull out one against the wall. We got a little bit too many in there. All right, that gives us 5 and 5. This is the green drone comb for mite control. We'll put it second from the wall. I got some drone comb. This is a honey frame for the cold weather coming up and rainy weather. So when you open this box, you never know what to expect, right? It could be a lot of bees that are kind of upset that you've traveled, or they might be pretty happy. Always use smoke. Be sure and knock these bees off later. The queen could be up there. Let's start lifting frames out and placing them in the hive. I will glance to make sure my queen is good. So you can see here is a frame of pollen and nectar. Here's a good frame of solid brood. Cap brood, I should say. Let's go ahead and put that in here. Put it right next to this frame of honey. Why not? The bees seem very gentle. Another good solid frame of good looking brood. And these are the nooks we sell, and we're really proud of these babies. I see no queen on this one. If we miss the queen, because I'm working a little fast, we'll come back and look at some frames. She's likely on this frame. All right, good frame of brood again in the middle. Quick glance. I don't see the queen right off the bat, but I will show you what I like. If you look close here, you'll see down in the cells, you can see some eggs and larvae. So the queen is healthy and laying really good. 2 more frames to look at. And there's my phone going off, which right now I can't answer. If you're a B Team 6 member calling me, it simply means I can't answer because this is what's going on, right? All right. Wow, look at that solid brood. Beautiful. There's our queen right here. She's marked blue. Let me see if you can see her. Right over here. So let's watch her when we put the frame in, that we don't hurt her. Keep your eyes on her. Make sure you don't smash her. And she's in good shape. One more frame. And it's pretty easy to install a 5-frame nuke. All right. A little bit of brood at the bottom. That's a drone comb at the bottom. That's pretty typical of hives that are strong, well fed. So we're going to put this frame, pull it out so we can get the other frame in without hurting any brood. Just like this. Let's put this frame back to here so that our drone comb can go into our second position from the wall. All right, got plenty of frames in the bee yard. Now let's make sure that we get all the bees in. Remember I told you there was some on this paper inner cover. Just bang them down like that. And there are not many in the box, so we're not going to worry about those. And we're going to put a top cover on it. Very good. Now on the entrance on a installation of a 5-frame nuke, I don't feel the urgency to block that off any, because I only block it off on a package to reduce the chances that I'll leave, because they don't really have any eggs or larvae or a queen that's released. This baby does. Well, there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. All right. Well, please subscribe to my video channel. I really appreciate that. Also, please take one of my online beekeeping courses. You'll enjoy spending time with me teaching you in these videos how to be a great beekeeper. And as always, subscribe. I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I hope you can help me do that. Click on the bell, because we're going to have a lot of videos coming up as we follow this package of bees almost every day to see how they do. Thanks for watching.